how to buy property for rental income. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to buy real estate so you can put it into your rental income portfolio the most effective way to build legacy wealth. And I'm going to give you a little secret. Don't pay full price, okay? In this video, I'm going to show you how you can get properties all over the country, okay, for literally 60 to 70% off. And we're not talking about, short sales or anything. I'm going to just bear with me. By the time we get done, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. Now, I've also got a little bit of a treat for you. Okay, stick around to the very end, and I've got a little bonus for you. Two really cool things for paying attention. Okay, so let's just get right into it. Rental income, let's just talk about real estate in general. Your money is made when you buy it. Now, for a long time, before I started doing real estate and doing this 40, 50 years ago, when I was a kid, it was like, I don't get it. What do you mean you make your money when you buy it? Well, that's going to determine your profitability when you sell it. And that seems kind of obvious, but the lower you can get a piece of real estate, the better off you are. So I'm going to make a statement about rental income. I love rental income. Okay, I love rental properties. I've always regretted selling a property 5 years later, okay? I don't care what market it is. I want you to think about that for a minute. No matter where you're watching this video in the country, if I had a time machine and we could go all the way back to 2007, the peak of the hysteria of the real estate market where you could fog a mirror up and qualify for a loan. Remember how it crashed? How many of you would like to own 10 rental properties that you paid at the maximum price at those times? Yep, because they've all gone up. I mean, literally 40, 50, 60% in value during that time period. So again, I'm going to go back to that statement I just said. I've always regretted selling any property I have 5 years later. So if you can hang on to it and get rental income from it with a good ROI, that's the way to make it happen. Okay. Now, the key is getting into the market. So here are some of the challenges, and I'll give you the ways around it. Your obstacles are going to be the bank, the financing. So every time you buy a property, a rental property, and you go conventional financing, they're going to want to have a minimum of 6-month mortgage inside the deal, the bank. They're going to want 20% down. And then once you get a third property, they're going to want 6 months for that one, 6 months for the other one, and 6 months for your own personal residence. It just becomes prohibitive when you start getting multiple properties and you're trying to do it the conventional way. The secondary financing market has gotten so sophisticated over the years, especially since the crash of 2009, that's the way you want to go. They don't show up on your financial statement. They're going to approve the property and your skill set and all that good stuff. So, you could technically, and I don't want you to have this bad credit score, as long as you know what you're doing, the property is the underlying security. We'll get to that in a little bit. Okay, so that's that. But you have to find a property in a desirable area where the rent's going to be coming in. You've got low, something like below 10% vacancy factor. I want at least 10% or higher in my ROI on my money, minimum. I technically will not do a property unless it's at least 15%. And I'll show you how I do that in just a minute. So what you're trying to do is all in, all of my money in, and after I pay any debt on that property, how much return on my dollar am I getting? That's where you're looking at. So my best way to do this has been through the acquisition of tax deed certificates. And I'll give you a perfect case study. I go to a sale, I buy a property. This property was in an area that sold for anywhere from about $210,000 to $250,000. The perfect rental market, okay? But I can go in there, the back taxes on that property I'm going to keep it friendly, say about $10,000. What that means is that property owner had failed to pay their property taxes for 4 years, and the county was selling them for the back taxes. Now, the owner of this particular property happened to be deceased. That doesn't always happen that way. I'm just giving you a case study. So I went down to the auction. I bought that property for a total of $30,000. Okay, so now I have this property for $30,000. I'm not going to get into the minutia of clearing up the title and what have you. Okay, that's for other videos that I have. But once I have that property, which took about 3 to 4 months, now I can go in and rehab that property. This is how I do it. I will do it one of two ways. I will either use, my favorite way is to use one of my investor's cards. But you don't have an investor's card? Okay, it's called a credit card. See, you guys have been spending money at the department store. I'll go get a credit card. And I don't really care if it's 14, 18%, although I don't do that. I'll get a 0% card. I'll slap it to that property. And that's what I will buy all of the, new stove, washer, paint, all of that, all the drywall if I have to do. So I went into this property and put a little less than $80,000 into it. Okay, I got $30,000 for the purchase, $80,000 in the rehab. Now I've got a perfect property for rent. I'm in it $110,000. Okay, it's in a $230,000 market. Actually, 240, really close to that. Okay, so I instantly have $100,000 equity. I start the game. That's like starting the Super Bowl with 28 points. Okay, you're already ahead of the game. So now I'm going to rent the property out for about $2,200 a month of rent. You guys, I go in there, I take a private loan out on this property, pay off those credit cards. I've got a note for about $600 a month, and I got $1,100 a month in cash flow coming on this. It's nuts, okay? My debt on this property is $110,000. I got a 50% LTV on this. I could have robbed Wells Fargo yesterday and then still lend me the money. They're like, well, please don't pay. It's a 50% loan to value. If I've got cash and I don't need that $30,000, just pay off those credit cards. Here's the key. Guess what kind of credit card I'm going to use? Forget the 0%. I'm going to use a credit card that offers points. So they're going to say, okay, 18 months, 0%, and we're the best points out there where they're giving me double miles. And if I do this and that, you guys, I'm obsessed with these things, okay? And I'll give you a for why. Okay, I am going to Europe with my daughter. We are flying from San Francisco to Dubai, nonstop, business class. Yeah, that's how much I'm paying for that, because the points I did on a project are paying for that particular deal, because that's how it's working. I just use them. See, they want us to use the credit cards for the swipe fees, and they're hoping I don't pay them off, but I do. Okay, so I have a process, and literally I have a stock of what I call investors' cards. So I want you to think about that scenario. I've got other videos on this, but I've got a little gift for you coming up. I've got a property in a market that's hot on rental. Okay, I got it for 50% of value after everything's said and done. Literally, I've got $30,000 into this. I've got financing the rest of this whole thing. My cash on cash return is nuts. That's how you build generational wealth. That's how I've been doing it for 30 years. Now, I've got a gift for you. If you want me to walk you step by step through this whole process, I don't have time in this video. So what I've done is I've created a brand new course. It's a gift to you. I literally, this is my best work in 30 years. So you click on the link down below. It's higginsmethod.com. 2 things I'll give you. Sign up for the course. You got that. That's my gift. I've got a free booklet, America's Best Kept Secrets on Why Tax Liens and Tax Deeds Are the Superior Investment Strategy. It's a book. I'll send it out to you. No postage. I will send it to you. Give me your address, best place I can send it to you, and I'll get that out to you. This is Saen Higgins saying, God bless and happy hunting.